Hi, everybody. This is Lori Wilcox. I'm coming to you from Hope, British Columbia, Canada. And my business name is also known as Creative Stamping with Lori. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make a card using our Enchanted Butterfly stamp set. And I'm going to show you how to make the card, the flower on the card, extra shiny and sparkly. So let me just switch over to my desktop here. Here we go. So this is the card, and I don't know, oh, you can see there as the light catches that flower. It's very shiny, and it's quite glittery as well. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'll just mention now there is a tutorial that you can print. It is, I'll put the link below the video, and it will take you to my website where you can download the tutorial, and you can also, there's a link to the products used as well if you're interested. If you don't have a demonstrator already and you live in Canada, I'd love to have you as my customer. And also, if you like this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up and maybe a subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos in the future. So let's get started. So now you may have noticed here on page 2, I've done this in different colors. So let me show you all the colors I used. And I'm looking forward to trying different colors, and you might want to do that as well. So the first one that we're going to do today is the bubble bath. And then I also made it in fresh freesia, which is really pretty. I made one in lemon lolly, and then one in azure afternoon. And it's interesting how some of them turn out differently, like the bubble bath and the lemon lolly, the flowers keep the tone of the same as the cardstock, but the fresh freesia and the azure afternoon, they actually go quite a bit darker than the cardstock once I apply this technique. So let me get started and show you how to do that. So it's a pretty simple card. Just I'm using a bubble bath card base. I've got a basic white piece which will go inside, and I've got a mat of basic black, and I've got another square of bubble bath, and I've got a little piece of designer series paper. It's from the Bright and Beautiful set, and it's in the 2023-2024 annual catalog. And oh, I just saw, looked like I might have frozen for a second, but it looks like I'm back. So this is the paper. It's well cut up. I've been using it for lots of cards, but all beautiful colors, lots of the new colors: azure afternoon, berry burst, blueberry bushel, bubble bath, fresh freesia, lemon lime twist, lemon lolly, lost lagoon, misty moonlight, and pretty peacock. So lots of the newer or returning colors are in this pack. So, and I've used that on all these cards in the background there. They all came from that same paper pack. Okay, so we're going to start by stamping our flower. Now this is the set Enchanted Butterfly, and I'm using this flower here, actually both sides of it, because it's reversible. So I actually have it already mounted on a block here. And let me grab my black. Here it is. Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I'm going to actually, let me get my little piercing mat, because this is photopolymer, and I like to have a little bit of a foam pad underneath when I'm stamping with that. So let us get this going here. Just going to rub. I like to rub it a little bit first on just with this Memento Black. You can't do it with our regular inks, our other inks, but just this black, you can rub it a bit and then tap it just to get some good coverage. You could also use a Stamparatus or any other similar tool if you want to, but I'm just going to Push that down firmly, lift it up. That's pretty good. Okay. Now, actually, I'm just going to give that just a second to make sure it's good and dry, because I'm going to be going over it with our Wink of Stella glitter pen. So let's just put this part together. So I'm just going to glue that designer series paper onto the black mat. The other side's pretty cool too. If you wanted to use that kind of bubbly side, you could do that. I just like this ombre side that has the bubble bath fading into the white. So oops, let's do that. And that's just centered on there. Has about 1/8 of an inch border. Okay, and then that just gets glued down on the card front, middle. You can use Stampin' Seal if you prefer. I like the glue mainly for its wiggle room, because I don't always put it on perfectly, and the glue lets me move it into place. So let's see if I can get it centered pretty well there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, so let's come back to our flower, and grab the Wink of Stella, and I just want to cover this flower. I'm just going to get I'm going to start with the pink spots. I don't want to drag any black into the pink. I noticed earlier that happened a little bit, so I'm just going to start by doing the pink bubble bath areas. And then I'm going to go back and do the black as well. Get that in the middle. Okay, now I can go back and get that black area done as well. Mainly around do a little bit in the middle, but mainly around the border, the edge there. Okay, I think that's pretty well covered. A little bit on the edges. Actually, we're going to be cutting this out, so if you go over the edge, it's not a problem at all. There's no die for it, but it's very easy to cut out with scissors. Just paper snips. Oh, I don't want to put my glue lid on. Let's put this lid on here. All right. Now, I want this to dry a little bit. And then I'm going to grab my Versamark ink, which is our clear sticky ink, which will allow me to then put some clear embossing powder on there. Now, to get it, I just want it on the flower. So I'm going to take my stamp, I'm going to clean it off, and then we're going to flip it over. Flip it over to the other side. So I want the flat side up now. Okay, and then I'm going to cover it in Versamark. And then I'm going to just cover my flower. It should fit on there quite easily, like so. Push that down, and then I'm going to get I have a little clip here to hold this. Okay, get my embossing powder. Now this is clear. It looks white, but it's actually clear. And we're going to cover that. Okay, I don't know if you can see that very well. There's a coating of powder on there now. So let's see, I'm gonna close this up to be safe and grab my heat tool. Excuse the noise for a minute, and we're just going to melt that embossing powder. I always love, no matter how many times I do this, love it. Right, there it goes. See it changing? Okay. All right. And just look at it in the light, make sure it's all shiny, and you know it's all melted. So now I'm going to repeat the the stamping with Versamark and embossing, just to get a double layer of that embossing powder on there. Make it even shinier. So the glitter shows through from underneath from the Wink of Stella. Okay. Get that on there. And we'll grab some more powder. Grab my little hook clip. Okay. Right. And there you see you have another layer of powder now. So let's melt that one. Okay. There we go. Super, super shiny. Let's see. Oh, looks like I'm freezing again on you. Sorry about that. But there. Okay, you can see it now. See how nice and shiny that is? Now, I did my leaves ahead of time, but I did them exactly the same way. So let me grab them here. So I used lemon lime twist paper, stamped the leaves, and then did the exact same thing with the Wink of Stella and 2 layers of the embossing powder. So I made some shiny leaves. Now I'm going to take I've already cut out the leaves with scissors. So let's do the same with the flower. I'm just going to cut right up to the black edge. If you wanted to leave a little pink border, you can, but in this case, I like it right up to the edge. The embossing powder makes it nice and stiff too. Does anyone else have this set yet? It's one I didn't get my first time around, but I got it recently, and I think those butterflies would probably look really nice with this technique too, right? Make them sparkly and shiny. The sentiment for this card, I've already pre-done that as well. So I've just, I took that sentiment from this stamp set, Very Best Occasions. So it's this one here, sending you smiles for every moment of your special day. So that could be birthday, wedding, whatever, any special day. And so for that, this is it here. All I did was stamp it in Versamark on black. And then I used white embossing powder this time instead of clear, because clear obviously wouldn't show on the black paper. And then I cut it out with our new nested essentials dies. So the second smallest sort of rectangle with the curved edge is what I cut that with. It's got some stitching. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, that's a nice, this is a nice die set. Okay, so there's our flower cut out. And what I'm going to do is just take my fingers and just kind of curve those petals up a little bit. And because of the embossing powder, which makes it a little stiff, it kind of holds it in place quite nicely. I don't know if you can see that dimension I gave it there. And then the leaves, I'm just going to kind of do the same, but I'll just kind of fold them in half, kind of, just so that gives it a little bit of leaf-like dimension. I'll do that with that one as well. Okay, and now all we gotta do is, oh, you know what I forgot is my ribbon, which I need to figure out what I did with that ribbon. Sorry, I moving everything around to bring my husband's computer in because mine was not working properly. All right, not even quite sure what I did with the ribbon, but I will show you what I did with it anyway. So, hold on. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Okay, so let's take our card front. We've already got our base on there. And then, so what I did was I took 7 inches of the black and white gingham ribbon and I cut that, I folded it in half. Actually, I'm going to try it with a different ribbon because I have this bubble bath ribbon here. Let's try it with that and see how it looks. It looks quite pretty, actually. So this is the sheer ribbon combo pack, and it's got lemon lolly, azure afternoon, and bubble bath. So let's open this up. Haven't used it yet, so it'd be interesting to see how it looks on this card. Ah, come on. It's always tough getting that plastic wrapper off. There we go. Okay, and we want about 7 inches. Let's measure it on my grid paper. Grab my ribbon scissors. All right. Okay. And then I'm going to take my sentiment and some seal, stamp and seal, and just put a couple little lines of seal on the back here. And then I'm going to take my ribbon, fold it in half. Let's see, that's, so I want, whoops, I want the folded side here. Let's make sure I do this. I'm probably going to have to trim this a little bit, but there we go. So we're going to put that down like that. Okay, and then I'm going to get my ribbon scissors and chop that ribbon off at an angle, both ends. There, that's pretty with that ribbon, actually. I like it. Okay, now we're going to put some dimensionals on here, which I have here. Let's put 4 on, should be good. remove the backings. And then that's just going to go in that corner, lower right corner, about like that. All right, and then we take our flower, and I'm just going to put 2 dimensionals in the middle, the back of that. All right, so I'm just going to slightly overlap the sentiment like so. In the middle of that flower, I'm going to put one of our adhesive back sparkle gems. So they are black, gold, and silver. I've been using black, but let's see what one of these silvery ones looks like on here. That might work okay. Yeah, that one looks nice. Get it centered there. There. And then we want to add our leaves. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Let's get this glue going. There we go. A little bit of glue on the back of the flower. Leaves. Just like that. And tuck those underneath the flower. Okay, and one more. Tuck that there. There we go, and we're done. So there's our 2 versions with 2 different ribbons and 2 different adhesive gems. So you can see which one you like best and do whichever you prefer, or use your own colors. And here, I'll put all the cards out so you can see them. I don't know which is my favorite. They're all so pretty. But yeah, very simple card. Made extra special with the extra glitter and the extra embossing powder. So I hope you enjoyed that. So we'll see you again soon. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like my video, and please subscribe. I'd appreciate it so much. And we'll see you next time. Bye.